Guys, I don't know if y'all remember this place, but it's Bingo in Shibuya. They'd be closing in 4 days. So it's like a clean and now type of sale. So yeah, a lot of good memories out here, man. Let's see what they have to offer to their very last moment. It's a APOC pants, but these are like 3,000 yen. That's like $20. So they've been letting some stuff go for the low. Could be pretty cute. This has potential, low-key. It's 5,000. That's like $30. It's kind of crazy to see this because this used to be the place where they put all their archive Yojis and stuff. It's calm, number 9. Now everything is packed. Everything's moving away. These racks look like hella scattered. They feel like it was like fed to the wolves. I still have some like old solid stuff. I used to make these as packs. That's kind of like my first bucket of gold came from like these stuff. I'm glad I sold them early because they prices are not as good as before. This is the Grip Lauren with tag. That's dog. Yeah, I just feel like Grip Lauren is expensive and they use great fabric, material, everything. But this goes for like 700. But what I'll give it is that it makes me learn that big cardigan, an oversized cardigan, could also look good on me and it makes me look mature. Hey, what up guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. We out here in Shibuya today. We're pulling up to a new store, like it's called KLD. I was browsing around and really I think like they're doing a great job. They have a big collection of old CDG, like really rare stuff. I'm talking about the Lumps and Bumps collection. We're just trying on like a lot of undercover stuff. And this is also, you know, this was back then when Jun Takahashi made his imaginary bands, like claws, the tails of the salmon. I think they maybe write the same thing on my back. So what I'm trying on now is the Holy Grail, the archive from the early Raf Simons. This is literally the better version of like a Bottega leather. This is a rock version of it. Look what Owen have on. Ziggy Chan. This one's majestic, bro. What the fuck? Oh, this one's fire. Okay, someone's on this actually not too bad. And you know what? Like vest always works for like summer, bro. Like it's for like layering and all that. It's also from 2007 spring summer, a purple collection. It says it's a purple collection, but it ain't purple. It's just brown. I was just browsing around and to be honest, I think they have good pricing. It's like a Dries Van Noten piece with the fur and everything. It's not what I usually wear, but I think it's pretty cool. And they were just selling this for like around $350, so I think it's quite a steal. And here we have Body Meets Dress, Dress Meets Body, CDG, the one where like they did the dance performance on for checkers. This shit's Lumps and Bumps, really rare, that's what I would say. This one's another Dries Van Noten for around like 800. It's like a waxed burgundy fabric. This is like the crazy part. This is where like they put like the Junior stuff, the fucking McDonald's special. This is interesting. Even just from the small cross, you can tell this is 2002 undercover, unless they did like a redux of this. So I think it's pretty wearable even on the daily. And they have like some inside graphics, so it's pretty nice. But just checking with the tag, this might not be from 2002. The condition looks a little bit too good for it, so you guys let me know in the comments. Old undercover, this should be from like really early collections. This should be from like around 98. That's when like they used a lot of these barbed wires. Hey, what up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to walk y'all through the Troubled Waters ACT 9 collection, which is our third summer collection. And it sounds crazy, but like the brand is actually now 2.5 years old and it's already exceeding my personal influence on Instagram. It actually has more followers than I do, which actually makes me the proudest dad here in the whole of Tokyo, because the brand started from zero, you know, when 2.5 years ago in January we started from like around zero followers. We really like worked our way up, you know. A lot of people say we didn't start at the golden timing, we started too late, and there's like a lot of doubts and everything like coming at us, but then like we put it through and now I can be like a proud dad and like just, you know, kind of like take a back seat and then just watch the brand go. So yeah, I'm just super happy and super proud of like the brand, and we never take no shortcuts, you know. So many brands, you know, when they start they have to buy followers, they all gotta do this and that, they gotta, you know, take some shortcuts. We never needed any of that. Like Troubled Waters, it's everything, it's organic, everything is from the heart, and everything is actual people wearing it. I'm just very happy that we took everything the most difficult route, but we still pulled through. ACT9, the collection itself, it's very practical clothing, but at the same time it comes with like a lot of swag, a lot of expression, and a lot of like accent when it comes to it. Clothing for the summer that you can wear without feeling too boring, something that will excite you, but something that you can also use in like everyday life. And I think that's the whole idea behind like the design itself. And for the story itself, it comes from like a lot of old TV dramas. A lot of scenes are directly inspired by like Keibukuro Westgate Park, the Tony Takitani movie, Love Exposed. But yeah, I don't know like the English name of like those titles. It's like what me and my friends are like recently talking about and rewatching and like being inspired. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video, Troubled Waters ACT9. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, as always, we start with one of my personal favorite pieces from the collection. This is the Troubled Waters ACT9 Nomad Vest. It's basically a very soft cotton vest with 2 zipper pockets and a hood in the back that actually is also fully detachable. I think for this piece, like the highlight is really like the style itself, like a vest with a hood. I've always liked that look, and you can see it coming out in like a lot of like early 2000 anime manga like character aesthetics. Fabric itself is like a super washed and but like very soft cotton, so like it kind of just layers on you like very perfectly. Basically it can go with any black plain t-shirts from this collection or even outside of like the Troubled Waters brand. And then obviously one of the highlights, I think, it's the custom Troubled Waters Gold Beads. That is a continuation from ACT8, from like the lace-up jeans and like the hooded shirt. Easy to style in the summer, easy to go with anything, makes layer and makes your summer wardrobe more interesting. To the next. And next up, we have the Troubled Waters ACT9 scarf shirt, and it's a design that I'm honestly very happy with for multiple reasons. But basically, I think the first thing is just how versatile this piece is. So this piece itself is made from like this very thin and very breathable cotton that basically reminds, I think, people of like the the old Rick Owens and Julius t-shirts. It's like a similar fabric. And then like it also comes with this attached scarf here. So actually it's like 2 skinny scarves, and like which I think echoes to like the 2 colors like on this piece, and you basically like throw it over your neck as like a styling piece. Again, like a piece that's like really made for summer, but also just put on one thing and you have like a full style already, like ready to go out. And one of my favorite things about this piece is that actually we made it intentionally like almost like detachable. Like we were almost like encouraging people to be like, like this could be like a vest and this is a t-shirt, but really like they're just attached on like the shoulder area. So like if you want to buy it and then I cut it into 2, we can totally do it. Or even more, like if you want to buy this one piece and then cut the vest out, take the shirt and then take the scarf off, then basically you buy 1 and you get like 3 pieces, if that makes any sense. Like us personally, obviously, like we designed it like this to advocate you to be like, okay, like there's an interesting way to style this, like a vest in front of like over a shirt and a scarf, and then like you get the whole idea. So yeah, that's basically it for like this piece. I think it's one of those pieces that will really work for like both men and women, like male or female, or anything in between. Second item of the Troubled Waters ACT9 collection, the scarf tee. Following up strong, we have the first pants from like the collection. We call it the hybrid pant. So as the name suggests, like the upper half of it is like a cargo shorts, and then below it becomes like sweatpants. So I think it's very interesting because like this piece, actually when I first received it, I was in Berlin, and then like, we're taking these stuff to like our friend Soli and everyone, and like his friends, his label people, and then like we're just like showing them like these pants, and he absolutely loved it. He was like trying it on, but then he was so happy in these because he says like wearing these actually is the comfortness of wearing like sweatpants, because in the waist area it's basically drawstrings and everything, so you feel like you're wearing sweatpants, but it's also not as casual. It doesn't look as casual as wearing sweatpants. It looks like you're also putting on like a certain, like a very like black on black, but like with a very textured statement in a sense, but then like it's as comfortable as putting on a pair of sweatpants. So I think he summed it up like perfectly. I think he fully understood like intention behind like making these pants. I think it's perfect that I can just explain it through Soli's lens, because I think like when I heard his first impression, that's when I felt like, okay, now I'm happy with this piece. Following strong from the hybrid pants, we have 2 of our basics from this season. They're called the Void Hanley shirts, and I know like probably in front of the camera they look like a very similar, close to similar color, and you know what, like they really are close to similar. This is a washed black on the body and like black shoulder patch, and this is a black with a washed shoulder patch. Like always at like a certain point, I feel like I make clothes, like obviously for everyone that likes Troubled Waters, but at the same time I make clothes for myself. So what I'm trying to say is that like I'm like a very detailed person when it comes to like the basics, and I have like very high standards for it, and you're gonna see more basics come in like this season. And you know, like everything is made with intention. Like sometimes I just want like a little bit washed look, but sometimes I want to go like super clean and then just have like a full black Henley. And for me, like when it comes to menswear, like the detail also like matters so much. That's why we like made both colorways, and then they look a bit crazy of like how similar they are, but actually it's also very playful, like in my opinion, that you know, one shoulder patch black and then washed body, and the other one like we just flip it opposite. And then also just in terms of like the Henley shirt, I personally have like a few, but also when I wear Henley shirts, some of them like looks a little bit too like serious in a sense, or like doesn't look like very me. So I was trying to create like a very me type of Henley shirt. So then like we created these, and I think a few details that I really love that is super subtle is like the sleeve detail of like the distressing here, and then also on the bottom some very natural distressing detail. Like these are the details that makes even a basic piece like Troubled Waters. This is the stamp on it, if that makes any sense. And since we talked about like the Void Henley shirt, we also have like the Void tees, which basically is like the same idea. They are like my go-to piece. That's what this piece, I've been wearing it for like I think 2.5 months. Just one detail in terms of like the difference is that we have like a very thin collar, but I just feel like the regular like collar, like sometimes it makes it feel like too much like Hanes, and you know, like there's nothing wrong with them, or like vintage tees, you know, like those band tees. But then like when you have like a thin collar, it just adds like a little bit of like the special of like that care into like what you wear, even though it's like really simple. And again, like I think that echoes back to what I'm trying to say at like the start of the video, like something practical but with like a certain accent. Again, like in both colors, the Void tee, and yeah, some pieces that I use a lot personally, and to make it even just for myself. But yeah, good basics for the summer. Okay, so following up from the basics, we have something that is not so basic, which I personally take as definitely like the signature piece from the collection. And you know, because it's a summer collection, obviously we're not going to make like a million jackets and a million coats, you know, like that would not that would defeat the purpose of a summer collection. But we do have like this one, and then it is made in like a poly fabric. It's super easy to wear, it is light, and it is what me and Sully was wearing like when we were like church in the middle of nowhere, Germany. But that's like really fun. It's like basically a Napoleon jacket, as you can probably tell. Like it's a very simple piece in a sense, but trying to make like a Napoleon jacket that is like easy to wear. And like this is what we thought about, because you know, some of the Napoleon jackets, it looks very cool, but at the same time you look like and almost feel like, you know, like how can I wear this like on the daily, you know, is it like a little bit too much? But you know, like this wouldn't be a little bit too much. I think like it goes kind of just right, you know. And we also explore like different ways of styling it in like the lookbook. You know, we have like the female wearing it with like the white lace, and we have like the guy with a black feather, you know, like something add in like a little bit of like the extravagance to like echo like the core of this piece of like a Napoleon jacket. You know, it's supposed to be like it's like a general type of feeling, you know, but then at the same time like put it into like a varsity jacket type of context to make it more easy to wear in like a daily basis, I think. So yeah, that's basically it for like the piece. Like not too much to explain, but the black on black, I think, can never go wrong. Like from the far away it's subtle, but then like you see it and you'd be like, wow, like this guy really kind of like knows what's up. So yeah, that's the Napoleon jacket, one of the signature for like the ACT9. Okay, so following up from there, like we have our only pair of jeans actually from the Troubled Waters ACT9 collection, and this is what we call the side lace jeans. So as the name suggests, the side lace on the side. I always like jeans that are like this, and this is like inspired also by a lot of like those old like Japanese brands. Actually, a lot of them like used to do it, even like mall brands like Tornado Mart and whatsoever. Like, you know, a lot of the old 2000 brands, like they had like a similar design. And then I just feel like, wow, like how is people like not bringing it back? You know, like people are bringing flared jeans back, but they're not bringing like the side lace back. So like we thought that like it's probably our mission to do it. And for me, like on these pants, like I think for me like the biggest highlight actually is not just like the side lace, but really like check the color of it. Like this is so hard to achieve, and when I say it, I mean it. We did a lot of washes, you know, like from ACT1 we did washes, so you know how it is like when it comes out like this, you know, it's beautiful. Like this is you know, like recently people have been like up in the price on like those old Rick Owens jeans and denim and something, and I understand why, because I'm a big collector of those even back then when they were cheap, because like they have like that wash that is just pretty much, it's just beautiful, you know, like it's always like dark, but you have like a sense of blue and like the gray like shining through it. And you know, I'm very happy to say that when I look at these pair of jeans that we did and I compare it to like my rigs and everything, I feel like this does not lose to that like at all, just in terms of color. Like we call this color dirt just because like the underneath of it, it's like this blue, but then over it, it has like this layer of like dirt looking color that muffles, you know, the dark blue into it. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. And obviously like the studs, I think adds like a little bit of detail, and usually like when you wear it, like your t-shirt will cover it. It's only like when you're reaching for something, or like then like you will see like a little bit of it. So, and this time the size S, we made it even a little bit more smaller so that like it can also fit like women's or like smaller guys. So me personally, I go for either like a S or like a medium. So the people who used to go for a small, I would recommend going to a medium on like these pair of pants because they're slightly smaller. But yeah, only pair of jeans for this season, but I'm very happy with the outcome. So next up, following up very strong from the previous piece, we have the Wanderers wrap skirt from